Have you ever dreamed that time was broken? The same moment, the same day, repeating again and again, no matter what you do. That confusion you feel when you wake up, it's not random. Your mind is trying to tell you something important, and most people miss it. You're reliving the same day, the same conversation, or the same event over and over again. It can feel confusing, frustrating, and sometimes even a little bit scary. You might wake up wondering, what on earth was that all about? Well, you're not alone, and these dreams, often called time loop dreams, carry some fascinating messages from your subconscious mind. Today, we're going to dive deep into the world of repetitive time dreams and uncover what they're really trying to tell you. By the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer understanding of these recurring nighttime narratives and how you can use their insights to improve your waking life. First, let's establish what a time loop dream feels like. It's not just a recurring dream, which is the same dream happening on different nights. A time loop dream is a single dream experience where the sequence of events resets and plays again, sometimes with slight variations, but always returning to a specific starting point. Think of the movie Groundhog Day. The main character is trapped, forced to repeat the same day until he figures something out. Your dream is doing something similar. It's putting you in a psychological Groundhog Day for a reason. So, what's the number one reason for having these dreams? It's often a sign that you feel stuck in your waking life. Your subconscious is using the metaphor of a time loop to mirror a real-life situation where you feel trapped or unable to progress. This could be a dead-end job you feel you can't leave, a relationship that's going in circles, or a personal habit you're struggling to break. The dream is a direct reflection of your feeling of stagnation. It's shouting, "Hey, you're stuck on this hamster wheel, and it's time to get off." The frustration you feel in the dream, the desperation to break the loop, is the same frustration you're probably suppressing during the day. To figure out what your dream is pointing to, think about your current life. Is there an area where you feel like you're just going through the motions? Do you have the same unproductive arguments with someone? Are you applying for jobs but getting nowhere? The dream is a powerful prompt to identify that specific area of your life. The key is not to ignore the feeling. Your mind is creating this scenario to get your attention. It wants you to acknowledge the rut you're in so you can start planning your escape. What small step could you take to change the pattern? That's the question the dream wants you to ask. Another major interpretation of time loop dreams is the presence of unresolved issues or unlearned lessons. Life often presents us with lessons we need to learn to grow. If we ignore them, they tend to pop up again and again in different forms. Your dream might be replaying a scenario because there's a crucial piece of wisdom in it that you haven't grasped yet. For example, maybe you keep dreaming of a specific argument you had with a friend. The loop might continue until you understand your role in the conflict or realize what you need to do to resolve it, like apologizing or setting a boundary. Think of your subconscious as a persistent teacher. It's not trying to punish you by making you relive something unpleasant. Instead, it's giving you multiple chances to pass the test. In the dream, try to pay attention to the details. What changes with each loop? Is there a different outcome if you say or do something differently? Your dream might be a safe sandbox for you to practice different approaches to a real-life problem. When you wake up, reflect on the lesson. Is it about patience, forgiveness, courage? Once you consciously identify and apply that lesson in your waking life, you'll likely find that the time loop dreams stop. Time loop dreams can also be connected to feelings of regret or a longing for a do-over. You might be stuck replaying a past event where you wish you had acted differently. Perhaps you regret not saying "I love you," or you wish you had taken a different career path. The loop becomes a space where your mind explores the what-ifs. It's a form of mental and emotional processing. While it's natural to have regrets, the dream is signaling that you might be excessively dwelling on the past. The loop signifies that you're mentally chained to that moment, preventing you from moving forward and embracing the present. The message here is about acceptance and letting go. You can't change the past, but you can change your relationship with it. The dream is urging you to make peace with your past decisions. Instead of wishing for a time machine, focus on what you can do now. How can you apply the wisdom gained from that past experience to your life today? Forgiveness, both of yourself and others, is often the key to breaking this kind of time loop. When you accept what happened and release the emotional charge associated with it, your mind will no longer feel the need to keep replaying the scene. You'll be free to focus on your future. Let's also consider anxiety and a fear of the unknown. Sometimes we get stuck in routines not because they are fulfilling, but because they are predictable and safe. The future can be scary, and the idea of change can be overwhelming. A time loop dream can represent a desire to stay in a familiar, albeit monotonous cycle to avoid facing an uncertain future. Your subconscious might be creating this repetitive loop because on some level, the predictability of the loop feels safer than the unpredictability of moving forward. If this resonates with you, the dream is a call to build your courage and confidence. It's a sign that you need to address your anxieties about what lies ahead. Start by taking small, manageable steps into the unknown. Try a new hobby, start a conversation with someone new, or research that big life change you've been contemplating. Each small step you take to embrace change in your waking life will reduce the anxiety that's fueling the dream loop. The dream is essentially saying, the familiar loop is a cage. It's time to be brave and see what's outside. Breaking the routine in your real life will signal to your subconscious that you're ready to break the loop in your dreams. So, how can you actively work with these dreams to break the cycle? The first step is journaling. As soon as you wake up from a time loop dream, write down everything you can remember. What was the setting? Who was there? What was the event being replayed? Most importantly, how did you feel in the dream? Frustrated, scared, confused? And how did you feel with each repetition? This journal will become your personal decoder ring. Over time, you'll start to see patterns and connections to your waking life that you might have missed otherwise. Once you have your dream journaled, it's time for some active reflection. Read what you wrote and ask yourself some direct questions. Where in my life do I feel this same sense of repetition? What lesson am I avoiding? What past event am I struggling to let go of? What future am I afraid of? Be honest with yourself. This isn't about judgment, it's about understanding. The answers to these questions hold the key to understanding the dream's message and ultimately to breaking the loop for good. A powerful technique you can try is called dream re-scripting. Before you go to sleep, think about the time loop dream. Now, consciously imagine a different ending. Imagine yourself successfully breaking the loop. What do? Do you walk out of the room? Do you say something completely different? Do you confront the person or situation in a new way? Visualize a positive, empowering outcome. This process, also known as lucid dreaming incubation, can influence your dream narrative. You're essentially planting a seed in your subconscious, giving it a new script to follow. You're telling your mind, I'm ready to solve this, and you might just find yourself taking control within the dream itself. Finally, take action in your waking life. A dream is just a message. It's up to you to act on it. If your dream is pointing to a feeling of being stuck, take one small step to change your routine. If it's about an unlearned lesson, try to apply that lesson. If it's about regret, practice self-forgiveness.
The changes don't have to be monumental. Even a tiny action sends a powerful signal to your subconscious that you've received the message and you're working on it. This is often the final step that causes the time loop dreams to disappear, replaced by new dreams about progress, exploration, and the future. In conclusion, dreaming of time repeating isn't just a weird quirk of your sleeping brain. It's a meaningful, symbolic communication from your subconscious mind. It's a spotlight on areas of your life that need your attention, where you feel stuck, where there are lessons to be learned, regrets to be released, or fears to be faced. By paying attention, journaling, reflecting, and taking action, you can turn these frustrating time loop dreams into powerful catalysts for personal growth. You can break the cycle and move forward into a more fulfilling and authentic life.